Guys doing? Most welcome to this live edition. Yeah, so I'm doing a YouTube live so that we share some insights. Thank you so much, guys, for always checking out this channel. It's been quite a long time since I last did the live editions, but today I decided to come and do one because I want to link up with you guys, and I have something to share with you all. It's been a year full of, full of things, full of ups and downs for some people. And it's been a good one for many of us who have been trying the hustle. But of course, on the sideline, it's what you make it. Life is what you make it. For those of us that have been going through a very tough time, I would love to say that, of course, sorry for those that have not made it, and for those that have lost quite a lot of stuff this year. But for some of us that are still going, I encourage you that we become stronger, we get stronger, and keep moving. So today I'm here because I want to share some social insights. I want to share some information that I think will be relevant to some people. Those of you that are looking towards leveraging on digital platforms, if you're looking towards leveraging on social media, if you want to create a brand that is solid in 2022. So there's some things that sometimes we do, and the only thing we need is to know how to tweak or twist some of the things that we are already doing to make it better for to get better results. And also, if you are looking at earning out of what you're doing, to also make sure that you get better in terms of revenue and terms of income out of what you're doing. So that's one of the reasons why I am doing this edition. I hope this edition is very clear, that you can all be able to hear me. That is the most important thing, but also what is very key is to ensure that even as we go through these tips, you actually pick out what is helpful to your business, because people do quite a lot of different businesses, and that is why it is very important also as an individual to know what is going to be working for you and what is not going to be working for you. So when it comes to that point where you make the choice, it's entirely on you. Okay, so no one should be actually pushing you into not getting that value that you want to get for your business, or trying to be like any other business. And I think that's what makes social media a bit unique, that instead of putting yourself out there and trying to be like other people, you now have the opportunity to be yourself. You have the opportunity not to play like other people. You have the opportunity to build your brand. You have the opportunity to start something that is you, that is originally you. So because of that, I would just go ahead and share. So one of the biggest mistakes that most people do is the fact that people find it a bit not easy to create their own personal brands, and that creates a lot of copy and paste, and it also makes many people actually get tired of using social media and also leveraging on these platforms. So in 2022, if you out there and you really want to create a brand that is outstanding, one of the things you've got to avoid the copy and paste, because every brand has its own journey. Every brand, every story has its own start line and finish. So you don't want to be someone that is actually looked at as someone who is trying to be like other brands. You want to create a brand that will believe, people will believe in, and your clients will actually have the confidence that this brand you're creating is one that, responds to their needs, but also is one that is human, is one that can be engaged with, is one that can be given feedback, and that is what people look out for. So customers keep looking out for those things, which many people sometimes underscore, and they lose out. They lose out on building a good community. Now, number two, I also want you to know that when it comes to online platforms, you need to leverage and build a community. You need to leverage and build a community. And why is that so? Because the community that you build is actually what propels you to the next level. Now, on digital media, it is very easy for somebody to actually start spending a lot of time without a community they are engaging. And that is why it also becomes very key that as individuals, we look out for the things that can actually be beneficial to your brand as an individual, so that you don't spend too much time trying to prove a point yourself without a community. So how do you nurture a community? How do you build that community? So first and foremost, it is very key to know your target audience. And how do you know your target audience? You need to look at the content you're creating and your business and who is particularly interested in that business. And once you're able to know who is interested in your business, then it becomes quite easy and simple for other people that you think could actually leverage from what your business is doing. It could be partners, it could be other businesses that want to come and work with you. So when you start to create content, you actually know who you're talking to. Now, do not be deceived that on social media there is one thing that caters for all. Even when you think that when you create, you don't have a particular client or a particular audience that is consuming your content, there is always a possibility that there are other people actually who are more interested in what you're creating than some other people. So it becomes very important that you, as the person that is running a business, you know who your target audience is. And social media, most times people think it's generic. People think it's you just wake up and you do something that suits all. I don't think it works like that. What social media does is it gives you a platform where everybody can be able to access you, but that does not mean everybody needs what you're doing. Okay? So the fact that not everybody needs what you're doing is one of those facts that should come to your mind as creating content, to remember that, hey, there is a certain section, a certain group of people you're creating this content for. And these could be people that are actually maybe your partners, or people that are interested in consuming your service, or even buying your products and services. But the biggest question is, what are you telling them? Because once you know that I'm speaking to the middle-aged corporate guys, what do you have to tell them? And then if you know that you're speaking to the middle corporate guys, what do they want to hear? How do you package your message? And how do you want them to support you? Now, most people forget the fact that you need a call to action. I'll tell you something. If I'm selling shirts, or I'm selling watches, or I'm selling phones, and every time I do a live video, I'm like, hey, guys, come and support my business. Come buy a phone from me. Come buy a shirt from me. I have put in that call to action. So anyone that loves what I do could actually end up taking a decision to come and buy from me, because I did remind them that I need their support. This is what you need to do. Quite a number of people most times are afraid to ask people to come and support their businesses, to ask people to come and support their hustles, to ask people to come and support what you're doing. The call to action is not bad. How you make it is what makes a difference, okay? You just cannot force people to come and support you. You have to give people a reason to come and support you. And this is why I'm saying it is very important to know who your target audience is, because the point of conversion between what you're doing and maybe the sale you want to make and the revenue you want to make is that point when you know who you're targeting, and then you have the potential to go out there and give them exactly what they're looking for. So that is what you need to be doing. Now, many people still have this question of like, hey, when I post about my business, people don't comment. When I post about my hustles, people don't comment. But hey, when I put up a very beautiful picture that maybe is not even talking about business, people comment. So here's the thing. You may have a personal account which you're running as an individual, and you always post personal stuff and then business stuff. And this could be on Facebook, it could be on Instagram, it could be anywhere, it could even be on Twitter. Now, one thing I want to let you know is that sometimes content segregation is very, very important. Take, for example, you can be on Facebook and the previous day you are attending a burial, okay? So you posted all these things, how you're very sad, how you're feeling bad, that maybe you lost someone, or you've lost a loved one, or you've lost a friend. And 2 days later, this is the same platform where you're gonna post your shoes, where you want to post your dress, where you want to post your phones, so people can come and support you. Now, tell me honestly, someone who wants to keep themselves happy, in a happy vibe, and they remember seeing something very sad on your page, and unless these people know you personally, it will be very difficult for them to come back to your Facebook page for business. So what does this mean? This means that you need to learn how to segregate your content. And of course, if you're going to segregate your content, you need to also know that you need to open business pages. Guys, if there is anything that you need to do, you need to learn how to open business pages. Separate yourself from your business in terms of the content you share. You can still remain a supportive page to your business, but don't make your personal page run all the business, whereas posting your personal messages. That is very key. You need to do that if you know your audience is going to be comfortable with that. Otherwise, you're going to post your business on your page and you'll get no engagement. Strictly, engagement comes from the community that you've nurtured. Just like I said, that most times we don't know that we are building a community every time we do something unique, or every time we create some kind of content. These people that read our content actually start to like what we're doing. And then before you know it, when you run your statistics, you'll discover that there is these particular accounts that have always been engaging with you. Now, the reason these accounts engage with you is because they feel that there is a lot of value you offer in your content, but also they feel that there is so much they learn from you. So that is a very, very big hack, guys. You need to know how to separate your personal content from your business content. Now, something that also people need to work on, or we all, by the way, you need to practice. Guys, content creation is never a constant. Content creation is different for different people for different reasons. Now, if you want to master your game, if you want to master how this thing works, you have got to practice. Practice as many times as you can. Practice as many times as you can. Every time you share a piece of content, it creates a difference between what you did yesterday and what you've done today. So what does that mean? It means that the more times you practice, the better you become good at it. And that also puts you in a position where it becomes simple for you to create these stories and tell your audience what you want to tell them. Now, the beauty with practicing is you study the trends and you also keep enjoying the language that you think people are listening to. When you compare and contrast between the posts that you've been making over time, that will guide you actually on what is working and what is not working. Now, most people have a problem that they fear actually to keep practicing, but they want to do something once in a while and they want to see it work. That actually consumes a lot of time, but also most certainly that can be misleading because you may end up dropping a certain style that would be beneficial to your business and adapting another that is actually detrimental to your growth of business. So practice. If you want to do a video, if you're going to be doing a TikTok, if you're going to be doing anything that you feel is going to take your business to the next level, go ahead and practice. If it's a podcast, record yourself, talk about things. If it's going to be a TikTok, take that video clip. Do it once, do it twice, do it thrice, do it more times. You'll find yourself getting used to the things you're supposed to be doing. So I call on you all, if you're gonna make social media a big thing in 2022, practice and make sure that you use that practice to perfect your game. Now, number five, I don't know if it's number five or the other thing that I want to share is you need to network. You need to network. You need to reach out to people. You need to build a network that is solid. Now, there is no business in this world that is only done by yourself. There are more people doing the same thing that you're doing, but only that you don't know where those people are, or you've not even taken the trouble to go out and look for them. Because if you had taken the trouble to go out and look for them, then it would be easy for you to know where the other people that are in business with you are located or where they operate from. Now, why do you need to actually build a solid network within your industry? Your industry is what holds the clientele base that is supporting you. I'll tell you this. You may be a very good, maybe farmer, and you do harvest very good products. But the biggest clients that are supposed to buy your products are people that buy the produce of agriculture. Now, these people are really many. Even though when you have some clients by yourself, there are many more clients you would have gotten if you actually could be able to tap into this bigger community. So in 2022, if you really want to create that community and be part of a big thing, because like I've said, it is very important to be part of a small thing and you own it wholly, but it is more beneficial to be part of a huge thing and you own something small. So the example is, if you're going to be selling shoes or shirts to people, or you're going to be selling food, you are better off being part of a network that has 20,000 people than having your personal network of 100 people, because the one of 20,000 people can actually give you a big advantage than the one that you think as an individual you have. So be part of a bigger group. Just don't have don't have this feeling of I want to be independent. I want to be big in my own line. You can be big in your own line, but the advantages that come with belonging to a community are way much bigger than what you would have got as an individual. So do not hesitate to look out for your community, to look out for the people in your industry and create those rapports. That will pay you off awesomely. Now, as I wind up, I also want to remind you all that choose the best platforms where you're comfortable. There are thousands of platforms anywhere, everywhere, anytime. Choose the best platforms that make you comfortable. Do not at any one time try to join a platform under peer pressure or try to join a platform to register your business on TikTok if you cannot take a video. Every single piece of content you do has a lot to do with how your brand grows the next day. And that is why I said every single step matters in terms of branding and growing your brand. So thank you very much for listening. I see some people have been watching in live, and I know others will be watching this later. But hey, I want to say thank you, and to all of you that usually support me on my videos, God bless you and cheers. And of course, I'll catch you again in the next episode of the video, or I'll catch you again maybe tonight so we can be able to talk about something else. Adios, cheers, God bless you all.